Hello, we are here for one lesson of AxisVM version 5. This is a new set of videos which will present this new version. As you may know, we have a set of videos for version 4, and now we've decided to create a new one for this also new version of this program. This will be slightly different from what we've done in the previous set, starting for the number of lessons, which will be less. And apart from that, we will try to do this a little more pragmatic, a little more practical with more examples, instead of being so theoretical only. We will try to show also more details than in the previous version, so the idea is to have better videos to help you understand and to help you learn the program. The other big difference, it is the fact that with these video lessons we will publish also what we call theoretical lessons that show the concepts of each topic we mention here in the videos, and these topics will be shown in our reserved area called Area 51. For the ones among you that are interested in these topics, please contact us through the email that we show in the end of the videos to know how to assess these theoretical concepts. Today, being the first lesson of this set, it is something called Introduction to AxisVM, and basically it is an introduction to the system to present you the look, interface, and a couple of strong ideas of Axis. So starting with this, this is the brand new version 5. I've opened a very simple example. It's a beam, just to have something shown. This is basically the same interface that we had in version 4. The differences are inside the kernel, inside the algorithm. We have a couple of new modules also, which you may want to know. You can look in our website or in Intercad website, or if not, you can send us some contact also, and we will give you some feedback about what is new from version 4 to this now version 5. So Axis, as I was saying, this is the interface, not much different in terms of the look, but to present the system, it is important to split this in 4 strong areas. Being AxisVM a finite element program that focus for the moment in 3 major groups of analysis, which are the static, the vibration, and the buckling analysis applied to structures. The focus of the program is civil engineering, and we can define this ideology of AxisVM as being a system that combines the powerful analysis capability with very easy to use and easy to learn graphical interface. 4 main areas where Axis works. First, what we call the pre-processing stage. This has to do basically with the modeling tools, where we create all type of entities, points, lines, surfaces, all the necessary information to define our model. This model can also be imported from other systems, and we have these little details also in the theoretical area. Then when we create all the elements, we pass to the second stage, which we call, as we mentioned, as being the analysis itself. So, and these are these three types: static, the vibration, and the buckling. After doing the analysis, we reach the third stage, which you may call post-processing. And in this area, we display the results in many different ways and formats, so deformed and deformed shapes, multiple types of diagrams. So it's something that we will develop inside these lessons. So we have very powerful tools in this area, and they keep appearing new options in each version that is released to the market. Finally, the fourth main area, it is what we call the reporting, because one thing is to display the results, other thing is to create some kind of report to have the results presented and in what we call, if necessary, paper format. So we can export these results, and we can make a lot of different types of definitions to create a specific look of the results. We can export this in many different formats, which you may show. You may see also some examples in our theoretical side. So these are the four main vectors. Speaking about hardware requirements, there is a table with all those requirements in the theoretical side, but okay, we need a good computer to make the analysis, because as you may understand, and as any finite element program, this requires powerful machine to speed up things, especially when our definitions are set to very high accuracy and you have multiple elements on top. So you have that description on this theoretical document. Inside that document, you may see also some concepts about installation and some explanations about the installations that I don't feel it is interesting in this video to show, because they are very theoretical concepts and little details. I will focus more on the side now of the interface of this, which it is again what we have. When we start, this is already inside the program, but if we start, we may have something like this. Okay, we get this new model dialog box where we may define a couple of things. We can select the view to start with. It's not pretty much important, because we may change this view when inside the graphical interface. We may set a folder, we may give a model name also, and more important, we can define the design code, we can define the units, so we have some. We may change the report. There are a couple of different languages defined, and there are a couple of settings also for what we do inside the system. But we can access this dialog box also when working with the program and at any time. And we may create also a definition for the page header for the report if necessary. So we can insert a logo and we can define some names and some comments. So this is the initial dialog box, and we may see also some examples later in our gallery of videos in YouTube. There are a couple of interesting tables in the theoretical document where you may show about the capacity of the system in terms of the different types of entities, and for each type of entities a brief explanation of what each one does. These tables show also the difference between the professional and the small business versions, because there are limits in terms of the small business. As the name says, small business is for little business, for people that need limited versions, cheaper, but limited versions of the system. Finally, speaking a little about the interface, so there are multiple windows and multiple areas, but we can see a couple of the main ones. So you may see in this area here something called, this is the name of the program, and we have here the model name and where it is, so the path. We have this top menu bar where we can access commands, so very common in many of the programs. We have this status window, so this area here with some icons accessing some things. In this area below, we have something called context sensitive help messages. So when we go through the commands, so you see that messages appear to give us a little help about what is each command function. So it's a little explanation. We have the graphical area, which, as you know, we may work and we may change, so in many aspects. So we can manipulate this. Some of the functions have their own menus or their own toolbars, better saying, which allow us to choose other options. We have this area here that we call also the speed buttons. Speed buttons allow us to access functions that in some way are faster to access through this area. That's why they are called the speed buttons. This dialog box here, which you can drag around your screen, it is called the coordinate window. It will show coordinates in different ways, and we will understand how to work with this later in other videos. It will show you the coordinates of where you are in the graphical area. And if we choose other things, you see that also other dialog boxes and other toolbars appear. There is, for example, the case of this color legend window. We are in one of the modes displaying results, so this is displayed in a graphical way through colors. So and even this area here also change this dialog box here with what is going on in terms of the components and what it is shown. So I think for the moment all of these topics are enough to give you a presentation of the system. Again, please complement these topics with theoretical side inside our platform online. But any question, any little topic that we may miss or it has presented not so clear, please contact us, send us an email or put a comment in the video, and we will give you all the help that you may require from us.